All right, hello everybody. I am TRX Master Instructor Amy McMullen, and this is your next TRX live and on-demand workout. Today we've got some supersets for the upper body, the lower body, and the core. I'll explain a little bit more about our format once we get going. I'm gonna just pin my hair back so we can get serious here. If you are tracking your workout on a device of some sort, go ahead and hit start on that bad boy. What you're gonna need for tonight's workout, you're gonna need your TRX suspension trainer, you're gonna need a mat for the floor work, you're gonna want some water and a towel because we're gonna get sweaty. And then for your foot cradles, like last week, we're gonna be going from heels in to toes in, back and forth pretty quickly. You're not gonna have a ton of time to adjust the straps. So for your foot cradles, find a size for those where you can comfortably fit your heels in, but also when you put your toes in, you're able to flex your feet and push your heel up against the handle. That way you'll have a little bit more stability for some of our floor work. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna get going with the timer. We're gonna warm up and then I will explain the workout format to you. All right, so I'm gonna get my mat out of the way. We don't need it just yet. All right, straps are gonna start at mid-length. We're gonna start with some squat rows. So I do these every workout, you probably have noticed so far. Straps are mid-length. You're standing facing the anchor point. I want you to lean back, feet wider than your hips, and then here we go. Drop your tailbone towards your heels, stand all the way up, high row, and then right back. Now, I'm wearing all my black TRX gear, which I know is a little bit hard to see against this black wall, but we're only gonna be standing for this first round and our high intensity sections. When we get to the floor, you'll actually be able to see me better against the flooring, so don't worry. You'll be able to have a good look at my form as we go. All right, we've got a forward lunge with a T fly. So you're gonna face away from the anchor point, palms down at shoulder height, feet together, and here we go. You're gonna step forward, dropping the back knee, and then switch legs each time. So drop the back knee, drive up through the front heel. Step forward, drop the back knee, drive up through the front heel. Arms go out into a T shape, they come back to shoulder height, out to a T shape, back to shoulder height. I'm gonna turn my thumbs up and then I'm gonna turn my palms down. Thumbs up for that chest fly and then back to center. And rest. We're gonna go to a wide hip hinge. So I'm gonna face the anchor point with my palms down, back up a little bit, feet wide. Now, I'm gonna hinge at the hips, tailbone reaches back, flat back forward until I feel a hamstring stretch, and then I'm gonna come all the way up. Keep going there. I'm just gonna turn my microphone down, these beeps, or my TV down. Beeps are a little aggressive. All right, so hinging at the hips, booty back, chest forward, nice hamstring stretch, and then press down in the handles to stand all the way back up. 5 seconds left. You can hang out there the whole time if you want at the bottom. And rest. Okay, so for our high intensity sections today, we're gonna have some squat jumps. Now, if you're not jumping, you have the option to squat heel raise. 20 seconds, here we go. Squat heel raise is your first option as quickly as you can. Squat jump is your second option if you are jumping. Now, if you've got weights at home, feel free to do quick weighted squats. And rest. Now, we've got some plank jacks. So we're gonna be on the floor, hands under our shoulders. You're gonna take either a tap with your foot or a jump. Level 1, tap your foot to either side. Now, we did these same 3 cardio intervals last week, so if you remember them, that's what we're doing. Your harder option is to jump the feet out and in each time. Shoulders right over your wrists. You're breathing, your back is flat, and you're gonna squat to stand up out of those. Last one, we've got plank pop-ups, and this is gonna lead us into our burpee at the end of the day. So you're gonna squat down, drop out into your plank, and then you're gonna pop up just to your squat position, hands down and back to your plank. Just to your squat position, back down. You can also step this, stepping the feet forward, dropping the hips, and coming up with a flat back. Hands down, stepping it back, and stepping it forward. All right? So that's a little preview of your high intensity moves tonight. So like I said, we're gonna be doing supersets, which means you're training one side of the muscle group and then the opposite side of that muscle group. So for instance, if you were to do biceps and then you flip around and you do triceps, we're gonna be doing upper body, lower body, and core with this. So we get both sides of everything. We're gonna be doing 3 sets, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So we're gonna start in 15 seconds. We're gonna start with a chest press. So I need you to go to your straps. We're gonna start with long straps. So take your thumbs, tilt your barrel locks, and pull your straps all the way long. So TRX chest press, all of our strength intervals are 40 seconds long with 15 seconds in between. So facing away from the anchor point, palms down at chest height. Here we go. So we've got 3 sets of this. We're alternating chest and back for this first round. So you can go as quickly as you would like in a light stance. If you want a little bit more, which we'll be doing more next set, you can get a little bit deeper. As you're doing this chest press, if I face you, keep rocking, I want you to turn your pinkies down a little bit lower than your thumbs so that your elbows are a little bit lower than your shoulders as you come down and back up, kind of mimicking a push-up position just in the air. I'm not letting the straps scrape my arms. All right, and rest. Now, quick transition into rows. We need short straps. Tilt your barrel lock, pull the adjustment tab all the way up to the top, and then stand facing your anchor point. We're gonna walk in. This is a mid row, which means the elbows are about 45 degrees away from the body, walking the feet towards the anchor point to load ourselves up, and then you're just pulling your plank up and down, pulling your chest towards your hands. Elbows are out about 45 degrees away from your sides, and you're keeping a nice stiff plank so you're in a straight line from head to heels, as fast or slow as you want. Like I said with those elbows, this is a low row, this is a high row, this is your mid row. This is where we want to be for this set, okay? Elbows coming out of diagonal. Keep rocking. You got 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And rest. All right, second set, we're going back to chest. Lengthen out the straps all the way. Face away from your anchor point. This time, we're gonna alternate a medium depth and a deep depth, 2 reps each. So find a medium angle here, medium resistance. Do 2 chest presses here, not letting the straps scrape your arms. Now, get a little bit deeper, set your plank, so straighten those hips, squeeze your booty. 2 reps here, and it's okay if you go a little bit slower to control that. Now come back up, 2 reps at a medium depth, get lower, we're loading ourselves up more, 2 reps at a deeper depth. Okay, it's easy to get on cruise control at just kind of a medium angle and just hang out there forever, but that's not how you get better. So we gotta push ourselves with some more resistance. We're gonna do the same thing with rows. So let's get back to our short straps. Tilt your barrel lock, pull that adjustment tab all the way to the top. Stand facing your anchor point, walk in to that same mid-row position, wrist to rib cage, medium angle. We're gonna lower out our plank and hold up and do 2 reps. Hold at the top of the second rep, step lower, and then take another 2 reps from there. Hold at the top, back up to a medium angle, 2 reps from here. Hold at the top, step it deeper, and back. I want you guys to keep going, back and forth. 2 reps medium, 2 reps deep. At the top of that row, are you squeezing your shoulder blades together? Almost think of squeezing the bottom of your shoulder blades together as you do that row. Elbows still at 45 degrees. Rest. Third set of chest press. Last time, lengthen your straps all the way out. Flip around. You're gonna get as deep as you can possibly go, and we're gonna work on the negative or the eccentric lowering part. Get as deep as you can go. I want you to lower down as much as you can. This should be difficult. And then pop your foot in front of you to press back up. Put the foot back to your plank. Lower as deep as you can possibly go. It's okay if you get shaky. Put that foot in front of you and press back up, all right? Now, you don't have to put the foot in front of you, but there if you need it. So if you just want to do deep reps, all the way under the anchor point. And if you can get hands under the anchor point, that's the hardest one of these that you can possibly do, but make sure that that foot is there if you need it. You should be a little shaky. This should be difficult. All right, same thing all the way underneath the anchor point. Shorten your straps all the way up. If you know you're gonna hit the floor, over shorten your straps a little bit more by pulling on that top strap just a little bit. Get as far underneath the anchor point as you possibly can, okay, without sliding. So feet up against the wall or a door if you're all the way there. Okay, you can put your foot back to help you up and then hit your plank and slowly lower out. Put the foot back, pull yourself up, hit the plank, and then slowly lower out. All right, keep rocking. Hips stay up. Help yourself on the way up. Hit the plank, slowly down. If you're sliding, it might help to just leave that foot there so that you get a little friction on the floor. We got 5 seconds left. The goal is to push yourself here and then rock it back. Okay, I'm gonna take my straps down to mid-calf length so they're ready for the next section. We're gonna start our first section of squat jumps, okay? 20 seconds of work, 10-second break, 3 times. Here we go. So you're gonna take your squat jump or your squat heel raise, as many as you can do for 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds. So keep pressing. You don't necessarily have to go for height here. We're just trying to land in that squat and come all the way up. Rest. I'm gonna rest right in front of my AC vent. Second set coming up. 3, 2, 1. Drive those arms back for your squat to prepare. Up and back. And rest. All right, so second set should be a little bit harder. 10-second break, 1 more set to go. Oh, come on, air. Come on, water break is coming. Hang in there. All right, here we go, third set. Now, remember, if you're not jumping, take that squat, heel raise at the top. Can you straighten those legs, straighten the hips, and kind of like stick it there at the top. Keep rocking. If you're doing your squat jumps, you're done. Rest. Everybody grab a quick sip. Whew, we have 45 seconds to chill for the next set, next round. Long breath out, helps to catch your breath. Okay, so next round, we're gonna be on the floor. We've got quads and hamstrings, okay? Front of the thighs, back of the thighs. 3 sets back and forth. This first set, we gotta get our toes in for knee extensions. Toes in up through the bottom of the foot cradles, flip over. Now, hit an all fours position. Hover the knees barely off the floor with your feet under the anchor. Straighten the knees, and then drop the knees to the floor. The knees can rest if you want. Hover the knees 1 inch without moving the feet. You're just gonna bend the knees towards the floor and then straighten the hips. I'm sorry, straighten the knees. Your hips are going up towards the ceiling. Your feet are kind of staying in the same spot. Now you can take a full rest on the floor or you can go back to that hover each time and rest. Let's go heels in, wiggle out. So this time we've got TRX hamstring curls. So we worked the front side of the thighs, now we're working the back side, those hammies. We were doing knee extension, now we're doing knee flexion. You're gonna go hips up, hands can be on the floor, palms up. You're gonna curl in and then straighten the legs back out. You're gonna bring your knees, try to get them over your hip bones, straighten the legs all the way back out to the floor, in and back. Now, if you look at your toes for a second, are they parallel, sticking straight up towards the sky? When you pull your knees in, are your thighs parallel? All right? Your head is resting on the floor, so your neck is chilling. Palms are up if your hands are on the ground. Palms can go off the floor, arms all the way off if you want a little bit harder. 3, 2, 1, woo, and rest. Now, grab those foot cradles. We're going back to the knee extension. Toes go up through the bottom. Flip yourself over. Get your feet under the anchor point. So, knee extension, set number 2. Nothing changes. So, hands under your shoulders. All right, hover the knees 1 inch off the floor. You should feel your abs right here before anything else. Straighten your knees and then drop them right back towards your mat. Straighten your knees, drop them right back towards your mat. Now, if you've got really tight hamstrings, you might need to be a little bit further away from the anchor point so you're not as deep of an angle with your hips. So it's gonna be a little bit harder on that lift for your abs, but that's okay. Who doesn't enjoy some good ab work? Now, you can hover those knees or drop them each rep, it doesn't matter. Depends on how much you want. All right, wiggle out, booty shimmy. Let's get those heels back in. We're going single leg hamstring curl. Now, we did these last week, so hopefully you remember them. Hips are up. You're bringing one knee in and then straightening that leg out. The other knee in, and then straightening that leg out. One knee in, straighten the leg out, other knee in. Now, your pelvis is staying off the floor and at the same height the whole time, and those heels are pressing evenly into the foot cradles so you don't get any sawing back and forth. Your hamstrings are holding your hips up and bringing your knees in. So they're doing kind of double work here at the hip joint and the knee joint. It's so much fun. Your low back should be working too. Oh, rest. Whew. Third set of those knee extensions. Toes go up underneath the foot cradles. Cross one leg over to flip over. Oh, I should have grabbed a couple of hairpins. All right, third set. Here we go. Back those feet up so they're underneath the anchor point. Hover the knees off the floor. Straighten those legs up and then bend the knees right back down. Whew. All right, weight over the wrist, knees off the floor, straighten up, knees back. Now I'm gonna do a hover this round, so I'm not letting my knees touch the floor. They're dropping down to that same spot each time, but I'm gonna stop them before they get there for a little harder ab option. That's also gonna be a little bit harder on the hip flexors, so just be aware. And rest. All right, last one for the hamstrings. I'm gonna raise my straps up like an inch because that feels better for my knees. You can do the same if you feel any pain in the back of your knees, just raise the straps up a little bit higher. All right, so little combo. Right leg, single leg hamstring curl. Left leg curl, now both legs together, in and back. Now we're gonna add a rep. 2 right leg curls, right leg only. Left leg, 2 reps only. Both legs, 2 reps. 1 and 2. Now 3 reps on the right. 1, 2, 3 reps on the left. Right leg stays straight, hips stay up. 2, 3, both legs, 3 reps if we can get it in before the timer. 2, 1. Oh, I'm not sorry that that one is over. Okay, we gotta hop up. We got plank jacks and pop-ups. My hair is a wreck. We got 4 plank jacks, 2 pop-ups to that squat position. Ready? Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pop up to your squat, back to plank, to your squat, back to plank. Set it again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop up, plank, pop up, plank. All right, 2 more sets just like that. 10-second rest, 20 seconds to go. Go as fast as you possibly can with good form. Squat to get down there, step back, let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop up, drop, pop up, drop. Now tap your foot if you need that lighter level. If you're starting to get tired, step to that squat, step back to the plank. okay? I'm not there. I'm not looking at you. I don't see how many cycles you go through. I'm just telling you how to do it well so each rep is a good one. Last set, here we go. Take it to that plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump to that squat. Step or jump to your squat, back to center. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop up, drop the booty. Oh, yeah. All right, so grab a little breeze, catch a breath, grab a sip. Third and last round, all for the abs and the back, okay? Coming up, little drink. Straps are gonna stay mid-calf. But we're gonna pop our toes in. We're going back and forth, plank to reverse plank. So, regular plank first. Let's get our toes in. Lay back, toes up and through the bottom, flip over. Now, you can hold this plank the whole 40 seconds if you want to. Go. If not, I want you to straighten the legs, press the heels back, take a couple breaths, and then bend the knees, come back down to a modified plank. Straighten the knees, press the heels back on the handles, and then lower the knees. Keep that belly off the floor, like there's fire under your belly and you don't want that belly to touch. Press back, hold for a few seconds, take a couple breaths, drop the knees but keep the hips straight. And we got enough time for one more. Here we go. Forearms are parallel, knees are straight, and we're resting. So let's pop the heels in. We're gonna do the same thing with some reverse planks, but we're gonna keep our upper body chilling on the ground. Now, heels are in, you're in line with your anchor point, hands are down, but palms are up. So all I want you to do is lift the hips, hold for a few seconds, and then lower back down. Lift the hips, hold for a few seconds, and then lower back down. If you want to keep your hips up the whole time, go for it. Lift the hips, hold them up. Breathing helps, lower back down. Now, if you've got creepy hyperextended knees like I do, bend your knees, soften them just a little bit so that you don't push further into that hyperextension. My knees bend the opposite way when I straighten them out all the way, which is something I always have to watch out for. And rest. Okay, back to your plank. We're going for pikes this time. Toes come up and through. Flip yourself over. These can be done on your hands or your forearms. I'm sorry. Yes, no, that was right. Hands or forearms. I'm gonna go on my hands. I fingers out a little bit to help with my mobility, my overhead shoulder mobility. I want you guys to kick your legs straight back into that plank. Lift the hips, toes toward your nose, and then look back out to the floor. Lift your hips, look at your toes, and then back down to the floor. Now, if you look at my upper back, it rounds a little bit because of my shoulder mobility issues. So although my hips could go higher, I'm trying to control them and not go as high so I can keep my upper back flat, but it's a work in progress for me. It's still kind of hard. And rest. All right, reverse planks. This time we're taking the hips up with us. So heels in, facing the anchor point, hands under your shoulders, fingers pointing out to the sides. I'm gonna roll my shoulders back, press my hips up, looking at the ceiling, and I'm gonna come back down, set my hips down. Roll my shoulders back, shoot my feet towards the anchor, looking up, and I'm gonna bring my hips back down under my shoulders and set them down. Now you can have your knees bent if you need to, that's totally fine. If you wanna go faster, go faster. If you wanna stay slower, go slower. Roll those shoulders back, press the hips up, look up at the sky, come back in and back down. Now if this bothers your shoulders, lay back on your back and just do that hip press that we did a moment ago. Rest. All right, last set of pikes. We gotta get those toes in. Toes go in, we face away from the anchor point again. Now, You can do that plank, you can do the pike. Really, you can do whatever you want because I can't see you. You're not in my class. But have some integrity. Do the pikes with me. Press those knees straight. Heels back on the handles. Pull your toes toward your nose. And then lower back down. Now, you may feel those hip flexors from the knee extensions that we did earlier for the quads. And that's okay. It's good to feel things, especially by the third set. Third set's where the magic happens, all right? You don't have to go fast unless you want to. Oh, I'm catching myself going too high. I try to stick my chest out to prevent that. All right, last set for those reverse planks. Oh my gosh, I'm sweaty. Can't see. Heels in. Now, this time, remember you can lay on your back and just do those hip lifts. If you want this reverse plank, you're gonna roll the shoulders back, press the hips up, and now on the way through, instead of letting the hips rest, you're gonna try to pull them through your hands without letting them hit the ground. So a little bit more ab work. You need a little bit of hamstring flexibility, maybe a lot of bit of hamstring flexibility for that one, but it's a good challenge. You want to feel those lower abs, which are like the hardest ones to get to. Sometimes it'll help to do this pull through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right, guys. Last chance for those high intensity intervals. We have a burpee with a plank jack. Like I said, this is the same as what we did last week for these high intensity intervals. You're gonna hit the plank, one plank jack, and then step or jump up. Here we go. Down to your plank, plank jack, hit the pop up, and then jump up from there. Hit the plank, plank jack, pop up, squat jump. We're putting everything together that we've done so far. Plank, jack, plank, squat, jump. All right? 2 more sets of 20 seconds. I'll show you the stepping option next. Everybody else, keep going really fast with the jump. Squat down, step to your squat, your plank, tap the right foot, tap the left foot, step to your squat and drop the tailbone, and then stand up. So squat, step to plank, tapping that plank jack, step to your squat, drop the booty, and stand all the way up. Rest. One last set. This is the last thing you're doing before the stretch. Empty the tank here and go as quickly as you can with that nice flat back. Ready? Let's go. Squat, plank, jack, and pop up. Squat, plank, jack, pop up. If you want to do a chest drop with that burpee, be my guest. We got one more. Come on. Finish it. And rest. All right, guys, everybody grab a drink. Meet me back at the straps. Whew. For a little chest stretch. So let's head to the straps. They can stay at mid-calf length for the chest stretch. Face away from the anchor point, thumbs up at chest height, and then just walk away from the anchor point. Keep your head up, you're not up, but just forward. Your shoulders are back, your palms are facing out, either in front of you or to the sides of the room. You can take a little rest and then one final stretch. See if you can go a little bit further. Farther. Whew. And rest. Face the anchor point for the long torso twist. You're going to straighten your arms. Take your right foot, cross it over your left foot. Your upper body's still facing the anchor point, and you're just going to hold on tight to those handles. Drop the hip back towards the floor. And then come right back up, straighten the hips, look at the anchor. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. Drop the hips towards the floor. Now you can do another rep if you want to go down and back up. Or you can bend the front knee, so that right knee, bend it, and then sit into that left hip a little bit deeper. And come all the way up. Let's switch sides. So left foot is going to come across this time. So you're twisting up the bottom half of your body a little bit, and then your upper half is facing the anchor point. So big proud chest here. Drop the tailbone back, away from the anchor point. Now, like I said, you can hang here the whole 30 seconds, or if you'd like to come up, take a little rest, especially if your forearms are getting tired. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. Oh, hang here. Now, if you want a little bit deeper stretch in your hip, bend the front leg, so that's the left knee on this one, and then sit that right hip, reach it back towards the back of the room, and you'll feel that all the way down the right side of your hip and leg. And come up. Offset hip hinge. This is for those hamstrings. So straighten your arms, facing the anchor point. Right foot slightly in front of the left foot. Your feet look like they're on railroad tracks, so they're separate. Hinge at the hips. Sit the tailbone back. Push the fingers forward towards the anchor. Now, you can stay here with straight legs. If you want to bend the back knee a little bit and then press your tailbone out, you're going to get a stretch higher in that hamstring of that front leg. So the back part of your front leg is where you should be feeling this. Okay. Take a few breaths here. Press down to come up. Whew, take a breath at the top so you don't get dizzy. You don't get the head rush. Switch legs. Now, check to make sure both toes are facing forward. I guess both feet are facing forward, all 10 toes, if you got them all. Shoulders back. Tailbone reaches back. Fingertips reach forward. Okay, like I said, you can keep both knees straight. I keep mine as slightly bent because of my hyperextension. If you want a little bit of different stretch, take that back knee, bend it just a little bit, and then tilt your tailbone up towards the sky, and you'll get a stretch higher in that hamstring. Now you can go up and down if you want, hinging back to straight and back down. I like to just hang out here. Whew. Slowly come up. All right, guys. So, those go fast. I've got a 30-minute time slot, and it's hard to fit all I want to fit in, including the warm-up and the cool down and everything. But my goal is to make you sweaty, so hopefully we did that. Make you feel some of those muscles, so you'll probably feel your chest and your back a little bit tomorrow. You might feel those hip flexors and quads from those knee extensions. And the goal is to get your heart rate up a little bit so that you get a little bit out of breath and you get sweaty. So hopefully we achieved that. I know I did. I've got moisturizer in my eyeballs as usual. It stings real bad, so I'm gonna get off here. If you guys have any questions for me, please find me on Instagram or Facebook, Amy McMullen, or Fit with Flash. And then if you guys need anything from me or you want some more personal workouts from me, you can see me at studiohustlelouisville.com. Have a great night, guys.